A new report suggests the Canadian economy could be impacted by tens of billions of dollars over the next 30 years. The reason? The impact of climate change. A major global engineering and architecture services firm says the impact could be as much as $139 billion. For more on this, let's go live to the CBC's Johanna Wagstaff. So, Jo, what are we learning from this major study?
Yeah, Andrew, as you said, the impact to Canada's GDP between now and 2050 expected to be over $100 billion. This report, though, looked at countries around the world and divided that impact into 5 different market sectors. And globally, between now and 2050, the world is expected to see a hit to the GDP in a range of $5 to $6 trillion. So some big numbers to take away here from this study that is creating a lot of buzz. But for me, I think we often see big studies connecting climate change disasters to economic impact. What's so different about this one, first of all, is that they didn't use climate modeling, they used economic modeling. And also they really looked at this through the lens of water. It's often said that we experience climate change through either too much water or not enough water. And that's really what Canada is going to be seeing: droughts, floods, and storms on the rise in the next 30 years. My colleagues spoke to a professor from the University of Waterloo, not connected to this study, but he said his line of work sees the same kinds of numbers through climate modeling. But here's what he said about that lens of water.
A lot of the Canadian industry is dependent on water, and it's not just primary agricultural production, like in the western part of the country. It's a whole host of economic activities, from the chemical industry to the food processing industry, the textile industry, that depends on the availability of water.
And Andrew, we saw this impact here in British Columbia just last year. 2021 floods we took a major hit to our manufacturing and distribution, with so much for infrastructure cut off because of road washouts. And that really is going to be the #1 impact, about $64 billion in losses because of floods here in Canada in the next 30 years or so, Andrew.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. But what can be done to offset this potential impact?
Yeah, again, speaking to different experts about this new study that came out today, that again is really creating a buzz because it's coming from both a water lens and the economic modeling. And really, this is a call to action. And the fact that we're seeing such strong numbers in such a specific category. So really seeing every country around the world being ranked, seeing those numbers divided by market sectors. And I thought it was interesting to see if the first hardest hit area because of climate change impact on water in the next 30 years is manufacturing and distribution. The second is retail and fast moving consumer goods. The third is banking, insurance payouts because of these climate change enhanced disasters. Fourth is energy and utility, and finally agriculture. And I thought it was interesting that agriculture was last on the list. We're still talking billions of dollars in damage, especially here in Canada, with the access and the drought conditions that we'll see amplify. And Andrew, this is, I think, also this study really making a lot of buzz because of what we've been seeing happen around the world just in the past few weeks. The drought conditions in Europe, in China, the impact south of the border, and here in Canada. Again, this is really a call to action with specific numbers that can make all the difference.
Jo, thank you. That is the CBC's Johanna Wagstaff in North Vancouver,